Counsel for the defense, you may present your closing statement.
Thank you, Your Honor, and members of the jury. My client is before you today, accused throughout the long history of the Christian faith of being a doubter. Now, I know that all of you, before you were made a member of this jury, were asked whether you had any direct knowledge of my client, and you all said no. But you have surely heard of doubting Thomas, perhaps without even knowing that was the man who now stands accused before you. I will not defend my client by reciting to you the many exemplary aspects of his character. I will not remind you that he was one of those who spent years in the company of Jesus, following and supporting his work. I will not refer to his bravery in being the only one of the disciples who spoke up, willing to go with Jesus to Jerusalem, even when the others protested about the dangers there. I will not defend his absence from the gathering of disciples on the evening of Easter Day, that moment when Jesus came to be with them despite the locked doors. I will not excuse his absence by reminding you that even after Peter and John had run to see for themselves the empty tomb that very morning, the evidence tells us that they returned directly to their own homes. They did not hasten to tell the others. Instead, I submit to you that the charges of which Thomas stands accused before you today, charges he has faced throughout all Christian history, do not constitute a crime, but a virtue. And in fact, the question that he asks, the question that supposedly proves him a doubter, is the question being asked of all of you. Think for a moment about how we are gathered in these strange weeks. We have all been away from the room, at home, locked out of the church. And think of what we have seen. We have gathered in virtual communities. We have come together as best we can to remain connected and committed to each other. Into these gatherings of ours have come new people we have never seen before, people able to join us for the first time exactly because they were never able to join us when we met at church. Now we can't either, and so they are here. Or they're people who have only found us because we have moved, just for this moment, from a physical to a virtual room. That's an easier room for them to enter. We think of our churches having open doors, but for some reason for them, they've always been locked. So now they are here, and they are among us, just as Thomas was finally among his friends. We are telling them about something we've experienced, but they never have. We are assuring them of things we know, of joys we've found, but they've never known. Members of the jury, they are asking you the same questions that Thomas asked his friends. And what will be your answer? Will you charge them, too, with being doubters? Remember who you are, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You are not merely observers. You are the body of Christ. Just like Thomas, those new disciples are asking to see the truth about you, your scars, your victories, your hope. What will your answer be? Will you accuse them, as history has accused my client? Or will you, like Christ, recognize that their questions are the beginning of their faith and show them your true selves? The defense rests.
Thank you, Counselor. Members of the jury, what is your verdict?